Guessing we're on. It has been a hot minute since I have done a live. I think the reason is I have frozen shoulder, and you have to be a contortionist to get this. Hey John, awesome. John Cook's in the house for everybody. We are building knives together, and that's the reason I wanted to start a live. So whatever time you're watching this, number one, hope you're having a great day. And just kind of want to show you guys a little setup we got going here. So as you know, we got into making knives and we sharpened, but we wanted to take it to the extra step and forge our own knives. So it's just been kind of a very deliberate process of learning and getting the equipment. But this is a jig. Check out the bevel jig. Got solid aluminum handles. This way you adjust it is with this turnbuckle, and then you can see if I can get it on here. Maybe you can see the degrees on here. I've got it set at about 12 degrees right now, but look at the face of this thing. Every one of these holes are drilled, so you can clamp the handle in here, you can move it. I mean, there's nothing this jig won't do. And give credit where credit is due. This is a Vevor or a Vever, however you want to say it. It was like 36 bucks. So I was toying around. I think Walter Sorrells has a video where he builds what he calls the world's easiest knife jig, and it's cool. Dadgum, the parts are going to cost more than what this engineered thing was, and it was not going to even be near as good. So what are we doing here? I wanted to just kind of get our feet wet and building some. So I sort of did this design, just a little small fixed blade. This is not knife metal though. This is Home Depot metal. We want to get our process down before we go to grinding in good steel. So it's a little thick, but the process is still the same. And I've already ground this side, and that's when I said, well, let me just document the process. For me, as much as it is, I just like to share on YouTube. So I'm gonna go to the grinder, and we're gonna grind this bevel. I've got all the math. If you're interested, just let me know and I'll put it on here. But I've already, let me get the light going. So what I did was I put some layout, aka nail polish, on this bevel edge and took half of the distance of this bevel and used a drill bit to scribe this center line. So the drill bit was the same width as the metal, but half as a new drill bit, so I got a perfect scribe halfway down. So when I ground this side, I went almost to the scribe line and stopped, because when I finish this side, I want to stop at the scribe line, and then that'll give me my my edge that I can finish putting the secondary bevel on after we heat treat. And that's going to be another whole deal. You can see right over here we have a new forge we're going to try. Shop's growing. We got a new workbench. We got another new workbench here I just put in. And then we've got all of this here. So we're growing here at the Perfect Blade in Tyrone, Georgia. And consider liking and subscribing. It'll help us to bring more content, and I just love to share the knife life. Absolutely love it. So I'm going to quit talking, and we are going to see what happens. So this is my process. I've got I started with a 36, but I changed it to a 60 because I was getting, the scratches were a little deep. So I know eventually some of this is going to change. I got this at 12. It cuts a really nice looking bevel. Then after I get the bevel, I'm going to take a manual file and do the plunge lines. So yeah, so it's going to get noisy. I'm going to turn the grinder on. I'm going to turn the dust control on, and I'll sharpen, turn it around, and we'll look at it. And it's been a minute, so I hope everybody's having a great day. Thanks for watching the videos if you're watching later. And like I said, please like and subscribe. All right, here we go. That workbench cool. We did the dust control down here so we don't have hoses hanging everywhere. Redid all the electrical. We used to have to unplug and plug. It was a pain, but everything's plugged into its own outlet now. So, my, how things have changed. All right, I'm masking up. We're going to grind. Into the daily grind, as they say. All right. Here we go. Ideally, I love that height to that bevel right there. The other side is higher, but this is the first time using that jig, and I got it set at 12. So I need to work with the angle because I would love to keep it right there, but I'm not near the scribe line. I could probably increase the angle, but I'm just going to go with it. The bevel will be a little bit higher, but it still looks cool. Got the water. Take a look at what we got. I'm just going to take it off. Get the mask off, get the glasses on. Let's just take a look at the Cradio knife we've got going here. Alright, so there's the bevel. Kind of enjoying that. Let me get the light a little bit. Bevel on the other side, and probably, let's check it, probably not level, but what can you say? It's our first one. So that's about 104 millimeter. That's close. Probably about 2 more swipes and that'll be even. That's pretty close though. So a little bit way thicker than what a knife ought to be, but like I said, this is Home Depot metal. It's softer. It's great to practice before we start messing up some good steel, but yeah, it looks promising. So the next step, I guess I'll put a lanyard hole in here. Next step is to clean up the edges get the plunge cuts put in. Do those with a manual file. And then heat treat. So, that's about all we're going to do for now. It's turning out nice. Alright guys, just a short video. Number one, because I hadn't been on so long, just to say hey to everybody. And like I said, please like and subscribe, comment, and we will bring you the live, maybe not live when we heat treat, that might be a hot mess, but we'll video it, and then once we get proficient at heat treating, then we'll put them on there. But we do custom knives. www.theperfectblade.com. We're in Tyrone, Georgia, so Christmas is coming, and if you have a birthday for that special someone, get them a custom knife from The Perfect Blade. Tell us the blade shape, kind of what you're looking for. If you don't know, we'll suggest something and give you a blade that nobody else has. Precision, passion, and perfection from The Perfect Blade. We will see y'all later. Bye now.